Okay, let's go ahead and head over to the gym. We are getting there a tiny bit later than usual, just by 30 minutes. But those 30 minutes make a difference because that either dictates whether it is going to be packed for us or not. And a lot of the machines we're going to be using today are pretty popular at our gym, which is any kind of row machine. People love those. Anything for bag really. People are trying to get that big bag, so those are probably going to be busy. So we're going to see what we start off with. We want to start off with some pull-ups, because that's what we're aiming for today. Probably 3 sets, and then we're going to move over to some type of crossbody lat work for our lower part of the lat, and then rows. Keep it simple like always. And then we're gonna move over to some type of another row, just to work on our lower portion of the back as well. Just tucking in our elbows a little bit lower, not as wide for the upper back. And we're gonna move on to some shoulders, which is gonna be like always, sticking to the program, which is going to be those lateral raises with the cable machine. If you still haven't incorporated them, you need to incorporate them. Don't miss out on gains. And I'm telling you, they are so much better than doing it with dumbbells. And it's gonna make a difference. So if you try them out for like 2 months. And I think you can see a difference if the intensity is there, and only you'll know. So don't take it from me. You can also see other channels talking about it as well. But those lateral races with the cable machine is top tier. So I would for sure try those out. And if you want to look at an example, you can take a look at some of my videos. I also have some shorts that show how to do it. Or you can check someone else out as well. There's plenty of videos out there. So you're welcome to see which one you like. Hey, but maybe you like mine. That can also be a thing. So let's see how packed it is at the gym. Today is day 25, right? Yeah, today's day 25. Today's day 25 of the cut. 5 more, or I think there's 31 days this month. So 6 more days until we get that full month of officially cutting, which is it's going well. I have been it is a cut, so I have been feeling more hungry just because I'm not getting enough calories in like I used to. So my body's for sure feeling it just a tiny bit. I'm thinking about food pretty much throughout the day, or when I'm eating, it's like I'm still pretty hungry even after I eat, or like for some reason I'm not satisfied even though I feel full. Like for some reason the food doesn't satisfy me. It's weird. But we're still holding in pretty steady. We're gonna check in, like I mentioned, around a month and a half. So I'm thinking early on next month we're gonna be evaluating the calories to see how we're gonna be lowering them as we go along, because we will have to lower them, unfortunately. So because we can't just keep staying at the same calories forever, so we're gonna have to lower them at some point. But that's gonna come a little bit later, and I'll talk a little bit about that once we get there in due time. But we're gonna go super crazy today. I'm thinking we're just gonna stick to the usual. And we're already kind of like we're already prepared. I already have the camera ready. Usually we kind of set up right before we start. So usually when we're warming up, but this time I just kind of brought the camera already just already have it ready, just so we can kind of already get started, because it is going to be packed at the gym, and I don't want to be in anyone's way as well. Tomorrow is going to be leg day. I'm hoping that we get to do a Smith machine. Everything has been feeling pretty good in this cut, honestly. I think it just comes from the experience of just bulking and cutting from the past 2 years, and just like playing around with with calories and kind of like how my body works and stuff. So it's been, ooh, well, I think the fire department's passing by. There we go. Okay, so we took the pre-workout as well, so we're around 15 minutes away from the gym. Today, as you can notice, we got a haircut, so we're super stoked about that. We also ordered a new camera lens. We got it starts with an M and then an E. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but we got a new camera lens, which is 55 millimeters, 1.4 something. It's supposed to be similar to the Sigma, the really popular Sigma lens that's available right now. But that one's like, I think like 700. So this one's I think around it costed me around 230. So it's a little bit cheaper, but just based on the reviews, it shows that based on the reviews, people are saying that it's really good and it provides really good quality and it's a really good lens for the price that it is. So I'm excited to try it out. We're gonna be trying it out this weekend, me and Angel. So stay tuned for that. You can go on my Instagram and check it out if you want to see the video that we're gonna create. But it'll probably come in at a later time as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch over to the gym now. Okay, let's move on to our first set of lat pull downs. We're trying to do pull-ups, but they were taken, so we're probably gonna do these for 3 or 2, and then maybe I'll do a pull-up for the last set. We'll see. And then we're gonna move on to some type of crossbody. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna try to get these we're gonna try to hit these for around 6 to 10 and keep them pretty controlled throughout the way. But let's just try to go as hard as we can. Okay. I think we got 7 on that one. So I'm thinking we'll either move down or we'll stick to the same way. We'll see. Let's move on to our second set. We're probably gonna for sure get 8 on this next one. And then I'm thinking the last one I might do one pull-up just because why not? Why not? I like pull-ups. I wrapped it around wrong, but it's okay. Sometimes the hardest part about those exercises are putting on straps. All right, let's do it. Okay, we got 7 on that. I'm gonna do a quick pause, and then I'm gonna hit this for one more after, and see how that and kind of see how that goes. Nice. We hit those 3 that we needed to hit. I'm thinking on this last one, I'm gonna do some. I think on the last one I'm gonna do pull-ups. Okay. For our last set, we are going to do. We're gonna do some pull-ups. Angel decided to stick to the last the last machine that we're doing, but we're gonna finish up with this, and I'm thinking we're gonna go grab a. We're most likely gonna go grab a cable machine and try that bad way out. But let's see how this how we do on this one. Okay, we hit 4. We're gonna hit it for one more, and then go from there. I'm thinking I'm gonna do a quick pause, and then hit it for maybe 3 more. All right, we got 3 more. Let's go. Let's go join Angel. Okay. Let's move on to our second exercise for our last, which is gonna be these cross bodies. We're gonna hit these for 2 sets, anywhere from 6 to 10. But let's just try to go as hard as we can. All right. Jeez. Oh. Okay, we hit 7. We're gonna hit 7 for this one too. Okay, we got 7 on that. I'm thinking we're gonna drop the 5 and hit this bad boy for another 5 to 6. Okay, let's go ahead and do our final one, so then we can catch up to Angel and do some rows. We just dropped the 5 on this one, so instead of 65, we're doing 60. Okay, we got 8. So let's go join Angel for some rows. Okay, let's go ahead and start our first set of rows. These are going to be focused a little bit more on our upper back, and we're gonna hit these from I'm thinking 2 to 3 sets. Depends on how many reps we get in between each set. If I get super low reps, like around 6, for like all of them, for sure we're gonna do a third set. But if we're getting around like 8 to 11, then that should be it. We're gonna play by ear. So let's see. Let's switch the song. Perfect. Okay. I think we got 6 or 7. I'm not sure, but we're gonna pause wrap this bad boy. Probably keep it at the same way, hit it for maybe 3 to 4 more. We're gonna take a 15 to 20 second break. Nice. Let's go ahead and do our second set. I'm thinking for sure on this one we're gonna get 8 to 10, but we're gonna try to go as hard as we can, and then pull with our elbows. Never forget that. You don't want to pull with your arms. You want to pull with your elbows and get them past your body. So let's just go as hard as we can on this one. There we go. There we go. Okay. That was good.
Basically, I generally speak up the quadrant of my body. Yeah, I don't wanna like fuck it up, but I'm kind of like trying to figure it out a little bit. Yeah, I did something. Like if I feel it kind of like hurting, I'll just kind of especially like on gloves and stuff. Yeah, the other thing that like my gloves, that's actually magic. I know sometimes I get checked this way, it's like really far back. Yeah, that might be. It's like
Oh my god.
you know, like get the stretch, that thing.
Let's move on to this this specific handle where we're gonna focus a little bit more on our lower part of the lat, and then we're gonna move on to our lateral raises. Okay. Fuck. We got 4. No biggie. We're drop setting this bad boy. Angel went to go grab the next machine, which is a cable, because we're gonna do some battle races. But we still have one more of these. We're gonna hit it for one more, and then catch up to Angel.
Yeah, no, it feels weird, and then you try it. And people sometimes, when I'm working in finance, and then students, so nobody's going to, they've never been to how are you going to do it? All this people who's coming in to try it and get up, and it doesn't get fit.
Oh my god. Everything feels so heavy.
No, I've been in today.
Alright, we're pausing this bad boy.
Here in the last
We're gonna hit it for 2 to 3 more. Just cause we only got I think we only got 6 on the last one and wanna make sure we get at least 7 to 8.
day.
Almost 2 hours.
Okay, we probably got that 7 on that one, but that's fine. I'm thinking on the next one we're gonna switch to 35 instead of 40. Okay, let's go ahead and do our second one. We're gonna start off with the right one again, and then move over to our left. And then I think on the third one we're gonna start off with our left, and then match that with our right. And then on the fourth set, I'm thinking we're gonna do it with the bench that I'm introducing right now. I did say the right. Okay, we got 8. Fuck. Man. And like I mentioned before, every time I start off with one and then I try to do the other one, it's really hard to fucking match it, which kind of sucks. But that's why we kind of take turns. Sometimes I start off with the right, sometimes I start off with the left. It just kind of depends. Sometimes you have to kind of look at some of your muscle imbalances and see which one you need to start off with. Let's say, for example, your left shoulder looks bigger than your right, for example, right? If you notice that, what you can do is kind of change it by always starting off with your left instead of with your right, for example. And that's just kind of a way that you can kind of fix those muscle imbalances that you have or that you might have. Okay. We're going to do our last one. Not our last one. Our second to last. And then we're going to move over to some bench flies. Lateral raises, I mean, sorry. Keep messing that up. So we're going to start off with our left because we've been starting with our right. And then match that with the right. Yes. Okay. We got 7 on that one. We're going to get 7 on this one. No mames. Okay. Let's finish our last one with some incline or with some bench lateral raises. Okay. Let's go ahead and do our last one, which is gonna be the lateral raises with these, and let's just try to do as many as we can. That's good enough. Let's go to the back deck. Let's go ahead and finish off today with some of these. We're gonna do these for 4 sets, and then we're gonna move downstairs to the pull down. Let me actually move this, or else it's gonna make a lot of noise. Oh my god, dude. Let's go ahead and do our second set. We're still gonna start off with our right and then move on to our left. So just match our right with our left. Oh my god. Okay. We hit 12 on that one. We're gonna hit 12 on this one, and then just go from there. Oh my god. Let's go ahead and do our last one, and then go hit that pose downstairs. Oh. Okay, let's go ahead and do the pump check real quick. See what kind of damage we did to our shoulders. Another successful lift in the books. We went crazy today on back and shoulders. We got to do we ended up doing that isolation machine. That's kind of like a lat pull down, just because the pull-ups were taking once we got there, and we didn't want to wait. We already took the pre and everything, and there's no point in waiting when you can do something else that'll essentially do the same thing as long as you're doing it correctly. So we did some of those. Those felt pretty good. Those are one of the good ones that we enjoy. it's not our favorite. Obviously, it's not as good as a pull-up in my opinion. Pull-ups, I just think they're just so OP. Just because I feel like it works the overall back like so much better. Yeah. So maybe on the next back day we get to do some pull-ups. And then we did some rows like we always do. The rows felt pretty good. And then we moved on to some shoulders, man. Shoulders have been feeling pretty good too. I've been trying to focus a little bit more on my right hand, just because for the longest time I was starting with my left, and then I feel like my left ended up getting bigger than my right hand, and so I didn't want to do that. So I wanted to kind of fix a little bit of that muscle imbalance that I had, and so I've been just trying to start with my right hand a little bit more often. I think on my bulk for sure I'll be working a little bit more on my left bicep, like for sure, and then on my right shoulder. So that's something for sure I want to focus on for the next bulk, as well as some lower back work too, because we've been focusing a lot on upper back, but we also want to show some love to the lower back. And sometimes you can do that, you know, if you notice that a muscle group is a little bit more advanced than the other one, what you can do is you put it on maintenance, where you kind of just hit it for a little bit, but primarily focus on the lagging muscle group, and that's the way you can do it. Just kind of put that other one in the back burner and stuff, so you can try that out. And then tomorrow we are going to be doing legs again, which is awesome. We're going to most likely do a Smith machine. I did some cupping over the weekend on Sunday. I don't know if you guys have ever done body work or cupping or anything like that, where they like scrape certain parts of your body, like your traps, your lats, and things like that. Just certain muscle groups that are like that I feel like you put a lot of tension in. They're usually pretty tense, and it's supposed to alleviate some of that tension that you have and get rid of some of that scar tissue. So I tried it out, and my body's been pretty sore from it. I have like these marks all over my body that I'm pretty sure everyone at the gym today noticed. Like, man, this guy got into like an accident or something. But either way, that felt pretty good. I feel a little bit looser. I don't know if it's a placebo, but we're gonna keep trying it out at least once a month and see if it makes any difference to our workouts. It's supposed to also increase mobility, so we'll see. Maybe we get crazy mobility, gets rid of our shoulder issues. I don't know. And so, yeah, tomorrow we're gonna hit some Smith machine, hit some leg press, hit some leg extensions, and then move on to biceps like always. My biceps are somewhat sore still today, and then hopefully by tomorrow they feel a little bit better. I'm thinking when I get home, I'm gonna end up killing some or finishing up some mango cups. Man, I've been really into those mango cups from Costco. I think they're the Del Monte or something like that. It's one of those brands for fruit cups, man. If you guys have not tried the mango fruit cups, they're in season right now. Run to your local Costco. Man, do they make every single meal that I have with my Oikos yogurt that you can also get at Costco. You know, just so much easier. You can get in protein so easy because you're getting fruit, which keeps you fuller because of it keeps you fuller with the fruit, which is already a plus, and the yogurt gives you a bunch of protein, and it's Greek yogurt, so it has less fat. So the macros are just amazing. And then you can kind of play around with your fats a little bit more throughout the day, which actually kind of works, because sometimes I would have I'd have so little fat that sometimes I can throw in some Trader Joe's handsome cut fries into the mix at the end of my dinner, and it fits my macros towards my cut, because even though you are cutting, it doesn't mean you don't have to enjoy what you're eating. You know, as long as it's meeting your macros, as long as it's meeting your calories and you're still in that caloric deficit, that's what matters. Obviously, you want to get some like nutrients in, like fruit, vegetables, and things here and there. You don't want to neglect that, but essentially you can eat anything as long as you're meeting as long as you're meeting those protein goals and you're staying to those calories that you set for yourself. Because if you start eating, like, let's say I'm sitting right now at like 2,400, right, for the caloric deficit that I'm in. If I were to be eating more than that, then I wouldn't be in a caloric deficit. I'd be more like at a maintenance, or I can possibly even gain weight depending on what kind of things I'm eating. So that's just something to keep in mind as well, is that you can play around with your macros, as long as you have them and stuff, and then just play around with that. So that's what I sometimes do, is those oikos really help me, and I get a lot of protein in super early in the morning, and then it helps me for the rest of the day play around a little bit more with my food, so that way my meals are a little bit more enjoyable. And Jasmine thankfully went to Costco today, picked some stuff up, so now we are stocked up on some Premier proteins. We got the coffee kind this time because the coffee's fire. We have some vanilla at home already. We stocked up more on some mango fruit cups, and then on some more oikos. I got some stuff for Angel too. He essentially eats similar to what I eat. He gets like the fillets from Costco, similar to me, and he also gets the oikos and the Premier protein, which is good. Those are a pretty good mix, honestly, for a cut and a bulk, to be honest, because they're all pretty good. It's a good way to get that protein in. So we're gonna drop him off. We ate a little bit less today, a little bit less carbs, so we have a little bit more calories to spare. We have around 1,400 calories to work. Oh no, actually, around I think we have, how many do we have? We have 1,400 calories to play with, or around 1,300 calories. So we'll see. We'll see what we eat at home. Most likely gonna be some type of fillet or something. Yesterday we had pasta. Man, I forget how good pasta is. Maybe pasta, maybe some fillets. We'll see. But let's go drop off Angel, and then we're gonna head home. See you, everyone.